our people are sometimes aggressive in order to see whenever there are any moving ahead of ideas of their leaders. Our people may not understand why we want to name the street after the Pope. There are a number of reasons, but I'm not ready in order to tell you. Otherwise, we will have another meeting that I have to make that very clear to people so that they're able to understand. Pope is not something new to the people of South Sudan and to the people of Sudan in general. Since the people of Sudan in general, before our secession from Sudan, I think the first religion to enter Sudan by then was Christianity. And then later, in South Sudan is Muslim, Islamic religion. But our people don't understand that. But the people of those particular churches, they are able, in order to move us out from that end, and they are able, in order to maintain education and social coexistence among the people of South Sudan. So they work hard and they open a number of church schools that open our leaders' eyes even, and especially those leaders who come to participate in 1947 Juba conference that our people did not know. By then, most of our people, they are graduates of Okaru, just primary three by then, but they're able to confront those the graduates and then the doctors that had been graduated in University of Khartoum or Gordon Tiskaria, Gordon Memorial Institute. Yeah. And even some of them become doctors from Europe. They went there and qualified enough for that. And then the church people come in, because by then South Sudan had been blocked by the governments in Sudan. And then those governments had been dominated by Turco-Egyptian government, which is typically the Arab and then the Islamic government that come in order to penetrate after the entrance of the Christian. They come and then they stop all the activities of the Christian by then in Sudan, and then they come and monopolize since 1821, where some of our people, they don't understand this. So according to me and to the people of South Sudan who had been open-eyed by the church, I think it is a privilege that we have to honor churches within the Sudan and South Sudan right now. We have to respect them and say that we have also to remember them. There are a number of churches that had been named in the saints' names, in the saints, you know. Those saints are being remembered here because of reasons. Some of them have sacrificed their lives because of churches. And then at the same time, there are people here also in South Sudan who have sacrificed themselves. And we have started naming roads in their names, especially there is John Garang Road. But people don't know that there is a road that had been named during the time of His Worship Christopher Sarapinowani. And then we have a number of roads, even including Addis Ababa Road had been named here because of some reason. And in 2014, 2015, when I was the Speaker of Juba City Legislative Council, I had come out by then with my councillors by then with a proposal of naming roads within the city of Juba. But unfortunately, Worship Chris cannot wait at that time. He was removed. And then also at the same time, crisis come out, especially crisis of 2016. We visited a number of ancient areas or archives, including the list of our veterans who died during the war of Anyanya 1, and then also during the SPLM struggle, and even Anyanya 2. We got the list in John Garang Museum. It has been placed there, where some of our people even did not know. So we did this. We have a proposal ready right now. All those roads had been already named in veteran names, and historical people names, including Lolik has a road, Jaden has a road, John Garang has a road, and then the first deceased who was killed in Torit, that guy who was a driver to Abdallah. Abdallah was the commander in Torit by then in 1955. He authorized the driver in order to drive the car, driving him away. It was a time where Torit mutiny started. So the driver rejected, and then he shot him. So we looked for the name of that guy, and we felt that that hero is to be named. And that is already there in proposal. Our people did not know. After when Abdallah killed the guy, and then he ran away. He ran away through Kampala, and he was later lifted to Khartoum. He's an Arab guy. And this was the genesis of the 1955, where some of our people, especially those who are objecting, they don't know. You see all this. And then at the same time also, the first officer who was killed during the Anyanya 1 movement is also named. Those of General Tapeng, those of General Ali Batala, those of Father Santarlino Ohore, those of, you see, we name them in the roads of Juba here. Abdallah Chol, and all those, we name them. And even we went further in order to name the first Jundi, you see, of the SPLA who was killed, and then also the first officer who was killed. It's been named in one of the hall, even in immigration office. I went recently to visit him. There is a hall there people can go and get. The first officer, you see, who was killed is also named. We have that one. We have our people who work hard in the country. We also name them. So what those brothers of ours have raised as a concern, it doesn't have place, because they have just taken it by emotion. And then, according to my understanding, some of those people always, they look like who is supposed to name roads, despite knowing that city council is the sole authority who is responsible over naming of roads, and it should be approved in other levels. There are some roads that we can ourselves, we can name them without any approval from anybody, from the highest authorities. But what we do, we inform them. We inform the state authorities, like our governor. We inform him so that he knows. And then at the same time, he informed the President of the Republic in order to ratify some of these roads. We have a number of them. They are not less than 200 roads that we have named them. But our people don't know. At that time, even we spoken about it when we come out with a proposal in the Juba City Legislative Council. But our people don't listen. Some of them, they felt like, why is Mayor Michael Allahjabu is the one to name it? If it would have been someone naming that roads, I think they may have no any question. If it is them, or maybe some of what you see, some people, they hate leaders with no reason. When you ask them, they cannot state anything. I read all what they have put there. I read all. And I found some of them who are justifying the reality of that. It may be a political, it may be anything. You see, whenever the leaders of such kind visiting the country, you need to do something to show. And this happens in many countries. It happens in Burkina Faso. It happens in Iraq. It happens. Even some of the countries, they build a big church, and then they name in the name of the big church there in Vatican. They name it in the name of the Pope. But as you can see, our situation, as they mentioned as a proposal that we are supposed to build schools, we are supposed to build church, we are supposed to build colleges, we are supposed to do this, they don't understand. I want to tell them that they don't understand, because they don't know the situation of the country. They don't know the competency of those institutions at this particular time that we can build something for someone to remember something. If we cannot build for ourselves, if we cannot do this, so we have to see that we have to do something simple. And then it is him, when he come and found that we have done something of this kind too, and then why do we always proclaim our leaders when they come to occasions and do that? You give them sometimes appreciation certificates, despite they done nothing even for you and in that particular occasion. But because of that, they will continue remembering you. They go with this message in hand as appreciation certificate and all that. This is what always happen. But people don't know. We're engaging the community, the international community, the local community, by all means. We know what we are doing. So I'm not going to stop doing this, and the activity is going on, and it is now on the table of His Excellency the President. He's going to approve it. We are going to name the road.
Where's the road actually, when you speak? Where is it located?
The road is specifically is proposed, you see, between the road of American Embassy and European Embassy at Kololo, or the road at that side of American resident. There are two roads that I proposed, and one would be selected on that.
That's the one going that side of the Vatican Embassy?
Yeah, and we are even fixing it in tarmac, and based on that respect and the opportunity, me as the city mayor, I need to have those things. I work out of engagement, opportunities, and all that. I want to ensure that that road is named and then is tarmacked. And then when it is tarmac, it is not the Pope who is going to use it. He will use it for only hours or 2 days, because he's going to stay in Vatican Embassy, which is his station at that side. So I selected that so that everything happened there for the benefit and welfare of the people living in Jubanabari or in Tomping. That road is going to connect up even up to Simoni Jada Bridge, and it will connect up through Catholic University, through SPLM Youth League, through the Yam Hotel, through the VIP entrance and exit of our big people in the airport. That road is all going to be tarmacked. And then it's going to be joined by the two roads that comes from Kololo, and then the other road coming from American resident, and they will all rest on that road that is going to the airport. We are going even doing this. We are going even to divert those transport and public vehicles that used to move behind Hail Amarat, what do you call, behind Ministries Road, through Kololo and 7 days roundabout. I'm going to move them at that side if that road is fixed. Right. These are the policies that we are doing, but our people don't listen, they don't understand. So I want to pass this information to them, that let them understand. Whenever leaders are doing things, let them, when they want to add something, let them advise, let them do, but let them not, you see, to object things without criticizing, without no any reason, without. So what they are doing, some of them, there are a lot of comments that they say, let me name the Pope at my home or to what. You see, these are things, we are, everything we are saying, we are monitoring everything, and we have people who are even monitoring all those things. And some of them taking it like I'm stupid and what. You see, those are things that had been, but we leaders, of course, a lot of people nehina kuwash. You see, for people, we are garbage. People just garbage, dirt on us and all that. But we don't have problem. They go up like, if I want, I say they go up backing, and then we are doing ourselves, our things. Later they will realize what good that we people have done. All in all, the Vatican Embassy there is the house of somebody. It's the house of somebody. They are renting. At any time they may have their own premises where they will move to it, and that road will have no any means for that, because maybe we'll remove also the name from there and then relocate it somewhere else. Names can be relocated. Ministries, what do you call, the companies can be relocated. The names of anything can be relocated. The names of the states or even towns can be changed, as happened now in South Africa. Because maybe they don't listen. They don't know what is going on in South Africa. Whereby the names, you see, those names that have relation to apartheid and all this in South Africa, they are now changing them. Those names that are not good for them, they are changing them. That will be named by the colonial people, reminding them of bad things. They are changing it. Even myself, I have a plan in order to change Rujal Mafi, in order to change Lubas Mafi, in order to change all those bad names within Atlabara, within Juba. We're going to change them. Some of them that doesn't have any negative effect to us, we leave them. They continue, especially for those who did us good things.
And when were they named actually back then? The Lubas Mafi, Rujal Mafi, Atlabara.
There are reasons. Atlabara, that was the time of 1965 when there was political and security unrest here in Juba. So people had been moved out. Atlabara. The women say, Mafi Rajil Juain. Bugul Atlabara. Let everybody move out from the house so that they say if there is man or there is no man, so that they kill. You know, that was during that particular
What about
time.
Lubas Mafi, Rujal Mafi?
Lubas Mafi actually, there was Andayat. Kanfe Andayat Aslan.
Sitinat command?
That place, that was at that particular time. Sitinat, Sebainat, okay. Fi Sebainat, mahalle lakait fi kamu temenin, lakait fi Tizainiyat. Lakait hata hase. Fi Andayat fi Lubas Mafi. Lubas Mafi is just a very small place. Ukuburi, Lopole, and then Zuhur Fateh, and then Malakia. It's just in that junction there. It's a very slight place, Musalla Saraira. This place is the one called Lubas Mafi. Finashir Bumari Sataban, you know how people behave when they are drunk. And then at the end of the day, is found to be naked. Mamaru has a lotion. And then when some people come, Yama, Fizole Awina. Fizole Margalo Alai, Arian Kev Galo Alai, Mafi and Sala Lubas Figism, Lubas Mafi is out of Figism. Bimana Ligos all Arian. And then Tawali, the place become known for that. And there are a number of places that are named in incidences. And a Haji incident, it happened that way. And then Rujal Mafi. Rujal Mafi, you know there is a market there. They pay for Atlabara Ba, Atlabara B. So there, Wukita, the Kulu Somo Wukita Kamso Sitin, Wukita Mashakil Al Khan Hassel, and the Kamso Sitin in our Hassel Tani Bordo Wow for Nepsel Wukit. So, Nuswan be correct. Taban Jamadi Beji, Arab del Mundukurat, Jez del, Beji Bidugubab. Nuswan del Juba be correct, Mafi Rujal Mafi Rujal. Taban del Bukun, their aim is to get men so that they kill. Lakin Nuswan be correct, you are Rujal Mafi Rujal, Mafi Rajel, Rujal Mafi Juaini. So the names comes like that. Hai Zendia. Zendia Taban will Logan Mar, will look at Turkey, or Loga Arabia Gedima Zendia and Haji Magua. You see? Al area Dakal Jambo Haisaura. It's called like Hai Zendia. Those are names that have been given in that particular Zendia and Interdactin Nakle Haja.
So when are you planning to change those names? Because they are very important really to change the names.
We will be changing those names when we are naming the roads. And if the Legislative Council is in, so that it will be raised as a proposal.
It's not established?
It's been established, of course, but it's not yet taken off of office. But soon I'm going to do that, and then they will start their job. Okay. Such particular things have not been taken just in overnight. That's what our people think. There is need for time to scrutinize things and all that. Like myself now, I'm 4 months. Some people decided to say, I'm weak, I do not show any activity up, I am so and so. I'm not able to comply with their what do you call expectations and all that. And their expectation, you know, Juba in general. Do you know how many expectations of people that they have? There are so many. Even if I have to do it, I will not do it overnight. I will not do it in minutes. If really I have to stay in this position, despite that I was here for many years back, when I was the Speaker of Juba City Legislative Council for 7 years. And I was Shegal Hela for 9 years. Shegal Hela in Bolo. You see, people doesn't know those experiences that I know. We don't take things in rush. When you take things in rush, you will not reach quickly. So what is required is that you need, in order to do things, especially those developmental kind of things, is to be taken gradually, so that it is a staying time. But if you just take things just to say that I want to comply, that people say, Allahjabu is working hard, Allahjabu is doing this and doing this, just in a fast situation, it will not help. So we want to study things and then say what you call the implications, and then we intrude, and going like that, slowly by slowly. People don't know that even now, Amarat are being demolished, high historic buildings within Juba here. But you will not hear any loud kind of things. I talk to them slowly, and then I pass them information that this is required. This facility is in the road. Please, you remove it before it is being destroyed by the bulldozer, because the bulldozer cannot take it in a good way. So people now, they are breaking down their what you call their high buildings, wow, including the one of Paradise Hotel in Mayo. I thank that the owner of the place, they demolished 4 meters out of their from their main building. They demolished it, 3 storage buildings, which is 4 meters out to the road. They took it out, and even in Melekia. You see, when I come in and I started my policy, this policy that some people think is good or not, but I know what I'm doing. We did not cost money in order to go and demolish somebody's house, be it concrete, be it what, people do it themselves. Sometimes they ask us in order to provide them with our equipment so that to help them. This is what is happening. But otherwise, we pass information slowly. If you are rigid, we come to you, we talk to you politely, and then engagement, after engagement, at the end of the day, you will just do it yourself alone, instead of using force. You see, using force is not good, because you know our people, they are me. Anybody is talking about himself. I'm a general, I'm so and so. I'm a national security, I am a minister, I am a honorable, I am what. You see, people threaten people like that. But the good thing that I realize from them, when they say that you are serious, they respect you. It's not that they fear you, but they respect. And then they do things. Imagine when I was just Sheikh Al-Hela, without police, without anything, I demolished houses on the road in my area. And I opened big road. You just go yourself, you go to Bolok. See how big the roads in Bolok are. They look like 15 by 15. They look like 20 by 20. Very big roads. I did it. And Bolok looks very nice. When I was Sheikh Al-Hela by then, I used only my mouth. And even like now, I'm using my mouth. I do not use, you see, moving with big forces and all that. I go only with my close protection and all that. And then things are done. People are even, like in recent, I opened like 7 roads in Gudelle, Murabba Khamsa. 7 roads, preparing them for the rainy season. I opened roads there. There's another road that comes from Nile Pet. I'm planning to fix that road. Like in Gedamina, if you go there, you just take pictures. You tell them what we are. You don't ring bells when we are doing our thing. There is no need for that, because continue ringing bell. This is a political maneuver and all those things. Right. We are passing, and even Melekia here, if you see it, you people of the media houses, you are supposed to be the one to reflect this. You move even without being invited. Without being invited. You go picture those things, and then you tell them what is been happening. Some people, they don't know. Most of those people who are even instigating and objecting things, they are in diaspora. They are in diaspora. They are there. They don't know what is happening here. And they are negative every now and then. They want to say that Juba is becoming like America, New York. It's becoming like Roma. They don't know how long it takes to build Roma. It takes long. Yeah. And Roma is, people say Roma cannot even be built in one day. So our people, really let them listen, let them understand, let them also be just, let them be fair whenever they do things.
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Your Worship.